Hi, Flosstube.
Hi, Flosstube.
I'm Shelly.
Oh, we did it backwards, didn't we? We should leave it even in there.
We're leaving it
I'm
in
Liz.
there. I'm Shelly, and we're the Antiqueneedleworkers.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is a channel about cross stitch and all of our crafty endeavors, and we're here today to meet with you and show you what we've been doing. So we're glad that you've joined us.
Yes.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
How are you?
It feels like it's been a long 2 weeks, doesn't it?
It does feel like it's been a long 2 weeks.
Like a
Well,
really long 2
yeah,
weeks.
It was a long 2 weeks. I got a nice infection and was on antibiotics and all the works. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe that's why it feels like it's been so long since we recorded last.
Yes, yes. Well, I felt like I was dragging someone else's human there for about 10 days.
Gosh.
So
Tim this last week's had a horrible, I don't even know what it is. It's been bad.
yeah, well, yeah.
And Tim's not a good patient. And so, which
What
in
has been-
return tests my patience. Thankfully, he's hardly ever sick, but when he is, yes. I don't know what it is. I thought it was food poisoning at first, which it may have been, but it lasted for like at least 7 days. It was pretty rough.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, it was really rough. It was
I'm
really
sure
rough.
It was tough on you.
It was tough on me. It was. It absolutely was. And I also want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes.
Oh,
I very much appreciated it.
doesn't 22 look good on Liz? I'm just saying.
Yeah. All of the comments and the messages and the phone calls and stuff I got. Thank you so much to all my friends and all of you guys for sending those. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you're looking awful beautiful for 22, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm only 23.
Right. Yes.
Well, so we have had, like we said, it feels like it's been a long 2 weeks, but we had a stitch day here at the mill. We had all of our stitch group, and it was so wonderful. And we had some drive down an hour, 20 minutes to get here. So, and that was
Candy was almost 2 hours.
Oh, why was,
She's up in Columbus.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Where she is in Columbus. I think it was almost 2 hours to get down here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Candy. Candy girl.
She did. She drove ways. Yeah, she did.
Bless her heart. Well, that was awesome, friend, because
I
it
know.
was awesome. It was awesome. We ate good food.
Had very good
We were
food.
here all day. We ate food. We stitched. We ran around the yard. We just hung out. It was wonderful. And you'll see all my friends brought me presents. I mean, everybody brought me presents that day because I had a stitch day, and I was like, geez, I think I'll have stitch days more.
I know.
Just teasing.
We have some very kind and generous
We have
friends.
such wonderful friends in our stitch group. Just wonderful. And it was a great, great day. You had your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Then my granddaughter had her birthday last weekend. And yesterday was my daughter-in-law's birthday. So we've been birthdaying it up around here. So anyway, that
was a lot.
Yeah, our middle son's wife turned 27 and our oldest granddaughter turned 8. We bought her a motorcycle. And
Oh, yeah.
let me just tell you something. My little sweet granddaughter, she is amazing. She reminds me of her mother, my daughter. My daughter, when she was 3 years old, we had this friend, and they brought their little girl over, and the little girl could ride a 2-wheel bike. She had 3 older brothers. And the little girl brings the bike, and Erin looked at her, and she shoves her off the bike and grabs the bike, and she just sat on it and rode off. She was 3 years old, had never been on a bike. So, like, one and done, beat the little girl up, took her bike, rode on it. Well, anyway, so we buy this.
I knew I liked Erin. No.
She was just like, wait a minute, you're not riding a 2-wheel bike, and I'm not. By the time my little daughter went to kindergarten, she could ride a 2-wheel bike, swim underwater, tie her shoes. She could do everything that my boys couldn't do till they were like 8 years old. So she was 3. So, but Veda, we got her a little motorcycle, and she got a helmet, all the works. And my daughter got on the back of, it's a little motorcycle. I think it's a PW50, I think it's what it is. But she got on the back and she rode with her. It said, give her the feel. And then Veda said, well, I want to try it myself. So Aaron said to her, okay, well, put your feet down. And she taught her how the gas worked and the little, the brakes and all that stuff. She has had it less than a week, and she can race up the field, race up the hill, come down the hill. She was all over. So we've had 4-wheelers and motorcycles running all over the property for a week. So
Good job, Veda.
It's been fun.
Good job.
It was fun. So now our youngest grandson's birthday's this month. So he's getting a 4-wheeler. And then Davey, the middle grandson, he's got one of both, but I don't think that his 4-wheeler is gas powered. So I guess he'll end up with one of those, or maybe he'll want, I don't know. We'll end up with that. So nonetheless, can anybody tell my husband's having that just the best time, because he's got motorcycles and 4-wheelers all over this property. So it's been fun. It's been fun. So what else have you been up to other than
what, life?
Other than just,
life?
We had Stitch Day, you had your birthday.
I did.
You're going to go see Lexi, her daughter.
I do. I leave in a day. I'm going down ahead of time. I'm going to drive down by myself. I'm actually going to go to Paducah before I go to Clarksville.
I'm so jealous. I can't go.
Nobody's going with me. I'll just be there by myself. But I'm going to go to the Quilt Museum and Hancock's. Maybe just look around Paducah a little bit, because Paducah is actually only like an hour from my daughter. They're on Fort Campbell now, and that's actually over on the Kentucky side. And so it's just an hour. So I'm going to hit there first, and then I'll come back down into Clarksville. And so we'll be there for the almost a week. Tim and Park are going to drive down later in the week and meet me down there. And so we'll all be there for the weekend.
I hope everyone noticed that our new quilter, she's going to Quilt Central in the world. She's going to go to Paducah. She calls me and she says, I just want to go to Hancock's. And of course, every one of us who've been to Hancock's understands it's the destination down there. But she wasn't going to go to the Quilt Museum necessarily. And I said, oh no, you're not going to Paducah and not going to the Quilt Museum. You're going there. And
I'm gonna go.
Oh, she has to go. It's gonna be so fun. I cannot.
Probably will enjoy that. Hancock's. When I looked at the pictures online, it looks a tad overwhelming. It's like a massive warehouse, right?
It is a warehouse. It's ginormous. Last time I was there, it took me 2 days to feel satisfied.
Oh my gosh, well, I don't got 2 days. I don't know what I'm gonna look at, but
and Eleanor Burns' shop is down there. You need to go there and go drive through downtown. It's so neat, historic. There's cute shops. You can pick up cross stitch at a lot of the little shops down there. You will just love it. I am just so excited for you. You're going to love it.
So
You're going to love it.
I'm excited too. And then the week after that, school starts. So I'm tired. I told Tim, I said, now that Park's in high school, by the time Parker graduates from high school, I will have consistently had kids home for 29 years.
Yeah.
I'm wore out. I'm in the last couple years of it. Because there's Lexi and Parker are over 10 years apart. Yeah. So,
You'll make it.
Yeah, I will make it. But man, I'm really over it. I'm really over it. I'm like, ugh. So,
you have earned your empty nest. Everybody relates. We get it.
Yes.
We get it.
So it's been a long run. We're in the home stretch here, but it just means back to the grind with dealing with homework and waking him up, and he's not a morning person. So, but summer flew by. I knew it would, but it really did.
Has flown by.
It really has. I don't know how. It felt like it was just Memorial, and he had just got out, and now we're already going back to school. So, anyways, it'll be a busy couple weeks.
Yeah. Yep. And I was gonna say my garden's crazy, so I'm in full processing
exploding
mode.
Too.
Yeah. So I made yard sauce, but I have the counter filled. I have to do a run of tomatoes to can, and then I have a huge stack that I picked of zucchini. So this afternoon, I'm going to my friend's because she has corn for me. I'm like, yay, because I didn't grow corn. So I'm going to lay up corn and tomatoes this afternoon, and I'm going to bake zucchini breads and wrap them in butcher paper and put them in Ziplocs and put them in the freezer because they are, when you bake cakes or breads, they're moister if they're frozen. So, but if you do that now, and then you'll have them all winter and they're even moister and better, and you're like, no work. So I'm gonna lay up zucchini. I'm gonna shred some and put it in the freezer, but I'm gonna do about 5 or 6 loaves of zucchini breads. I'm gonna do one with like a spiced zucchini bread, and the other one I'm gonna do a zingy lemon. So yeah,
I don't know. My mom, that is probably one of all of us 3 kids, my brother and my sister and I. My mom makes the best zucchini bread. We grew up with it. It's all of our favorites. We love it. I don't even know where she got the recipe. I make it. I use her recipe. I don't know where she got it or if she did it herself. I don't know. But oh my gosh, do I love zucchini bread.
I have a recipe book. My friend Janice, the ladies who I'm going to mention, I've known since way before I got married. I was a teenager, but some ladies at our church that we went to at the time, we were married in, they gave me this cookbook Janice did, and it's got the Chinese silk cover, and it's in the kitchen downstairs, but you fill out your recipes in it. Well, one of the very first recipes, she filled a few of them out for me of her recipes, and there's a zucchini cookie with chocolate chips in there, and it is so
I
good.
made like a zucchini chocolate chip bread before.
I do that too, but these are really, really good, and they're good to freeze. But Martha Cunningham, a friend of mine, my zucchini bread recipe that I've had since I got married, which was put in the book by Martha, because the ladies at the church had my shower, my and so they put recipes in Janice's book for me. And so that has been my recipe book all along. So that's where I got my recipe. And I will do it like with the spices, or I will do it just regular with a little cinnamon and put chocolate chips in it.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I've told my kids, of all the things in my house that you all should fight over, if I die, it should be that cookbook. And but I know who will win the war, and it will be my son Matt. Because he's like, yep, first thing that will happen if something happens to my mother is I'm coming to take that cookbook. Because my banana bread recipe's in there. I make banana bread for him several times a month. Every time the bananas get ripe, I make banana bread. And I take it to Maddie because that's been his favorite since he was a kid. But then Erin now says to me, Mom, I'm a little jealous you don't make me banana bread. So now I'm making her banana bread too. So, but I'm knee deep in gardening right now, basically is what I'm saying. So, But I'm so excited. And then I was so upset. I have scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. You can't, this is working in the zucchini patch yesterday, but my hands are a mess. So please, when I show my stuff, I washed my hands, I promise. They're just gross because I won't wear the gloves. I take my shoes off when I go to the garden. I like to go to the garden with my bare feet.
Walking my bare feet out in the
I
yard.
do. It grounds you.
Yep.
But there's just something about it. I have a cast iron fence around my garden, and I stop at the gate and I leave my shoes and I walk through the gate and I go in barehanded and barefoot, and I'm pretty messy when I come out. So
it is messy in the garden for sure.
Yeah, but it's outside of stitching, quilting, knitting, all the above, my favorite places I love my garden. So I just so enjoy it. It gives me back so much more than I give to it, I feel. So, but anyway, so those are life updates.
Yep.
So next we will do our Maker's Moment. So this episode's Maker's Moment is try something new. And you're going to see that try something new there's a whole lot of that in this video. It's going to be in this video. I am working on a sampler because Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitcher, as most everyone knows, has cross stitch camp in the summer, and we've participated all summer long. And August's prompt was do something that you haven't done before. And I had stated in the last video that I was going to do the newest installment of Scattered Seed Samplers Pin Keep Club. But I changed my mind because I had been watching and waiting for Burgett at the Wishing Thorn to get Jane Parsons back in. I had seen Jane Parsons, which she had reproduced, but she did it in wool. And I had bought the Tyndale sisters and got it with the flower threads, and had tried since then to get Jane Parsons, but it's come in and gone out and come in and gone out. And so I got her in the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so flipping the switch on this. So that's what I'm doing for cross stitch camp. Well, I sunk my needle in, and I was like, oh my Lord. I keep sheep. I love sheep. I process wool. I weave. I knit. I crochet. All the above. I am a wool junkie. Wool applique. I've got my hands in wool in a lot of areas. I have needle pointed with wool, but there is nothing. I'm just going to tell you something. I just did something I've never done. I started a sampler on linen with wool, and I'm going to tell you something. Burgett, please reproduce something else and make a kit, because I am in love with stitching with wool. And Liz, before we sat down, I took it out, and now we know that her favorite fabric is 46 count.
That is correct.
I'll stitch on anything. 46, I've got 56, 28, 8, it doesn't matter. I will stitch on anything. You have to stitch wool on 28 count because of the thickness, but you use one strand of thread, and you must use a 24 needle because you won't get the wool into it. So we sat down here and we were talking, and I pulled it out and I said, I am so hardcore in love. First of all, I love Jane Parsons. She's a gorgeous sampler. It's got a bird. Love it, love it, love it. Can't say enough how much I love that. But there is something that is so magical that when I pulled that wool through that linen, you said it really good. It's tactile.
It is tactile.
It's tactile, but again, I'm a wool junkie. So, all together. We know it. I spin all this stuff. And so, so I tried that something new, and I had no idea. If we need another sampler, Burgett,
Well, you do know that you can just do your own conversion
yes,
from wool to anything,
yes, I do.
right?
I do. Well, and I've already asked Liz. She will be going to Hobby House in September for the retreat up there. And so between now and then, I'm going to find a fabric and find a pattern, and I'm going to send it on up with her. And because Hobby House carries the Aversois wool, which it's D'Alberson. Something I'll tell you when I show you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to send it with her because I am so in love with this now that I can't believe that the shepherdess has never stitched anything on linen with wool until now. And
it is kind of poofy. I did do it, but I have to say,
she stitched in hand, which she doesn't do. And I showed her. I was like, look, you can stitch in hand.
I can stitch in hand. I can stitch in hand, but it's just difficult on 46, so I don't do it very often. And so, but I did like how it makes a noise, and you can kind of feel it as it comes through. I don't know how else to describe it, but
pulling that.
It was nice. I did actually like it. I'm surprised that I liked it because 28 seems
huge
ginormous for me, but it is one thread though, so it's not like I'm stitching with two threads, so you kind of trick your mind.
But it's beautiful.
I did like it more than I thought I would. I definitely did. The wool threads are beautiful. They are beautiful wool threads.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's the whole package. It's not just, it's the feel, it's the sound, it's the feeling of the wool in the hands and pulling that through. It's raining.
We're getting a good storm.
It's pouring.
It is pouring outside.
Squirrel.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
If you hear thunder, it's pouring down rain. But back to what I was saying, it's the whole package. And so I tried something new, And for the Art Makers Movement, I want to encourage you to try something new, because you're never too old to try something new, and you never know. Even Liz here was like, yeah, that's a thing. I mean, it's awesome. And you know what? Not everything you try you're gonna love,
Nope.
but sometimes you're gonna try some things. And I was like, oh, where have you been all my life? I am in love with stitching wool. So I am going to have a sampler now on my wall that's wool, and that is the total package for me, you know, being a sheep keeper and a wool lover and a spinner and a knitter and a crocheter and a weaver, all the things. So wool has now touched literally every part of my crafting stuff. And you have had try something new things.
I have.
Too.
I did. I started knitting.
I'm so excited. Tell them how you started knitting.
So my grandma used to knit, obviously, and crochet, and I crocheted a little, but I'd forgotten I could do a chain stitch. That was it. But when we went to Madison, Shelly was knitting a dishcloth in the car on the way back, and I was watching her, and I'm like, that doesn't look as hard as I thought it would be. And I'm like, I wonder if I could do that. I probably could do that. But I wasn't sure. So, because it seemed, and I can speak as a very new novice person, it seems very confusing, and you're like, there is no way I'm going to get this. And that actually was me for a little bit, because I really didn't get it. And I watched some videos, and it was confusing because I couldn't ask questions to the video clearly. And I needed to ask questions, or to ask somebody, is this how I hold my hands? Because it's very awkward at first to get your hands right on how you, how you hold it. And so when we had our stitch day, I had messaged our friend Lisa beforehand and said, hey, if I brought my stuff, would you sit down with me and kind of walk me through this?
And Lisa owned a knitting shop.
Lisa did own a knitting shop for like 20 years here, and has been knitting for
a lifetime.
I won't tell you how old Lisa like at that.
Been knitting her whole
a very
life.
long time. And so anyways, and I knew that she used to teach people, and so I brought it, and she sat down, and like, well, everybody else was kind of talking and doing their own thing. I pulled it out and I said, okay, I need you to explain this to me. How do I hold this? How do I do this? And so she kind of walked me through how to do it. She showed it. She made me do a little, then she showed me some other, like, it kind of was a back and forth until I finally was like, okay, I think I get this. And so Shelly came over, and she was showing me a few things, and so her and Lisa both kind of walked me through certain aspects. So Lisa decided, okay, I'm not going to complicate things for you. Let's just have you practice your garter stitch. That's it. Just do your garter stitch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I started doing that. And once I kind of got that down, like my little, did I even?
Is it in your knit bag?
I thought I had. No, okay, here. So this was the first thing I did. So I just practiced my garter stitch, which is this one, I guess, the knit stitch, right?
Yeah, it's knit stitch both sides.
So I just did this little like washcloth, little square
Look at that,
thing.
people. She's a knitter now too.
Once I got this down, because then I was just going back and forth, back and forth. That was all I was doing. Very easy. And then Shelly showed me how to cast off and to like finish off the top of it. Then she sent me a pattern for like grandma's favorite dishcloth.
It's my favorite.
Which is a garter stitch in the middle. Now I haven't tied off the other end.
It goes corner to corner.
Yeah. So, but this has this little border thingy on it. I don't even know how else to describe it.
It's a yarn over.
Yarn over. There you go. Whatever. It makes this like
But you
edge.
start in the corner.
You do start in the corner. So you work small, you go bigger, and then you decrease back down. So once I got this down, then this didn't seem so intimidating. And when it explained to me how to do it, I was like, oh, that's not hard.
Yeah.
Knit 2, yarn over, and then knit the rest of the row. I'm like, oh, okay, I got that. And so I did this and finished this one too. I need to like square this little puppy off. But anyways, so then I went down the rabbit hole. Then I was like, oh, I can totally do this. And so we have two local yarn stores. One happens to be 3 minutes from my house.
Up the street from her house, which is one of my favorite. The two she went to are my favorite knit
I've
shops.
driven past it for years because it's right around the corner from my house. Never been in there ever. And went in for the first time. The ladies were so wonderful. Main Street Yarns in Mason. And I picked up a couple things while I was there. It wasn't the owner, but one of the ladies who worked there, Donna maybe is her name. I feel like maybe that's her name. She showed me how to get onto Ravelry. We made an account while I was there. She was showing me all of the stuff on it. I have to say I love Ravelry. I love
Ravelry, and
this is
we need
fantastic.
to make one for cross stitch.
Yes, because when she was showing me this, I was like, oh my gosh, why don't we have this for like other crafts? This is amazing. I loved Ravelry. Yeah. And so I bought some yarn from there, and then went down to the other store because they're doing a shop pop right now. And so went down to the other store, got even more information, and some ladies really walked me through and explained some other stuff to me, explaining the different weights and what they are and what I would use them for, and needles, and they have classes there. And so what seemed very intimidating at first, and it still is intimidating, don't get me wrong, I am still brand new at this, but I did it. I did do it. And I think, and it's like anything, the more you do it, the more proficient you're going to be in it. So I do love it. I love the portability of it. I love that I can just grab it. It's so easy to take it.
Your little bag. Yeah.
Oh yes. And I do love quilting. Don't get me wrong. I'm still working on Avery's quilt. I will get Avery's quilt done, but I actually really, really love knitting.
Yeah. Like I have my bag. Well, I have my knitting bag. This is my car bag because this is where I keep all of my dishcloth stuff. I have, well, you can see there's 3 in here now, but I keep this in the car and it goes everywhere. And this was in my lap. I started a washcloth on my way to Madison and finished it before we got back. And I said, here, take it. And I gave it to her and she's like, I can't take your washcloth. But then that was enough that she sat there and she's driving. I was the passenger. I was like, oh, I will be knitting. And so we talked and knit, and I'm just sitting there watching the view, knitting all the way there. And so I'm so happy that I took my bag that day because now Liz is, she's tried 2 new things in less than the last 3 months. And she is now a new quilter and a new knitter. And so the premise of our Maker's Moment was to piggyback on what I have to thank Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitchers. Thank you so much. Your August prompt is wonderful for all makers. Try something new. Step outside your box.
Not just in cross stitch.
No, step outside your box. Try something new, whether it's something like myself. I tried wool on linen that it came in and I was like, oh, I'm changing what I'm doing. And I did that. And I found out that I had no idea. I love it. I love wool on linen. That is absolutely wonderful. And Liz, she has tried quilting and she's in love with quilting. And just think about the community. I mean, we, in this room, in this space, 3 friends, me, you, and Carrie, Tiger Lily Designs, sat together and you walked away a quilter. You and I sat in a car and you caught the bug. And then all of our friends are here and Lisa sits with you. And now you're a knitter. So there's just so much that can enhance your life, trying something new. Maybe it's not a craft at all. Maybe it's hiking. Maybe it's trying that dish to cook that you've never, you've has been your nemesis. Try something new. It really expands your horizons. I really feel like it's so funny, but that little open door of just a different type of thread, it was like such a neat thing. It opened a new door, a new window in my life that I didn't have before I got that. And it's so fun, and it's so fun to try something new. So today our Maker's Moment is try something new.
Yep.
So there you go. Well,
All right.
we're 29 minutes and 33
I know, I'm
seconds.
like, oh
and
my
we
gosh, we
haven't
haven't even
showed
talked to
a
stitching
thing.
yet.
We haven't showed a thing. Well, first things first, we've had some happy mail. So I want to, did you bring?
I did.
Okay. Our first piece of happy mail, we both received. Our precious friend, Jennifer, the calculated stitcher, when she came up here, when we were at our stitch day with Summer Stitch with Keepsakes, she came into town and she said, I really want us to do a round robin, the three of us together. And so she had talked about a pattern, but she couldn't remember the name. Liz hunted it down and found it.
I found it.
And then Jennifer said, well, I want to send you everything. I'm going to kit it up for the three of us. And we were like, friends, that's too expensive. Number one. Number two, Liz will change the
I will change
threads.
everything. So don't bother. Don't even
But
bother.
she probably would have sent 46 because she loves 46 too.
She would have. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I do thread conversions.
Yeah.
So
we had said, we said, yes, you can buy the pattern because she was like, please, I want to do this. So the other day, my mail came before Liz's, and I literally almost fell off the porch. In the mail comes this. And it is so personal. I want you to look at this. She hand-stitched our initials, but look, she even put the sheep on the back of mine. Show yours.
So my scene's a little bit different, and then I have the L, and then
And then the back of the bag looks like this. And blue is our favorite color. So Jennifer made us this, and she sent us the pattern that the three of us are going to do together. It's Plum Street Sampler, A Friend Loveth. And there's three girls. Isn't that funny? Three girls. And so the three of us are going to stitch this together. She also sent us these milk thread? Thread milk designs. She sent us a pretty, and then the thread milk designs, thread drops. I have yet to get my threads in my fabric, but that's on my list of things to do, and we'll get going.
I have my fabric.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, I don't know that I brought it with me,
okay.
but and my threads, I'm gonna kind of just pull as I go. But
But we will switch. We haven't discussed it. I think we should let Jennifer decide how our round robin will go because it was her idea and she was so kind. Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful.
It really is. Like I was
so personal.
I was
blown away.
Completely. Like Thank you,
Jennifer. We love you.
We love you very much.
We love you. And it was so good to spend time with her. And I know for sure that I'm going to see her in Amana. And, well, there's possibilities someone might be hijacking a ride. But anyway, we'll talk about that. So this was one piece of our happy mail.
Yes.
Second piece of happy mail I've been keeping a secret.
Okay.
It's mail that came to my house for you.
Oh.
From Christy.
Oh, okay. Am I supposed to open this right now?
I didn't tell her, cousin. I didn't tell her.
Am I supposed to?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for my beautiful card. Thank you so much. Oh, I love it. Thank you. I love you guys.
And then Holly Neal, our friend, you can find her at
Hobbies of Holly.
Hobbies.
I know.
Hobbies of Holly on Instagram. I was invited to her petite retreat, and it was a little retreat before StitchCon that she did, and there were some wonderful people there. Well, she had commissioned Susan O'Brien to do 2 pieces for her retreat, her little friend retreat, and I happened to be there, so I got them too. And these will be released later on in the year, but this one is the Golden Thread by Sweet Wing Studio, and I got that was my gift from Holly. Friendship is the golden thread that ties the heart of all the world. What a beautiful truth that is. And then the other one is by Sweet Wing, and it's The Noblest Part, and it says, friendship above all ties does bind the heart, and faith in friendship is the noblest part. So you can look forward. These will be released later in the year, but
No, I think this one she's releasing.
I don't know.
She had it on her Instagram, but I didn't read.
No, she wasn't releasing it. She was just showing that.
Oh,
I
okay.
read it. Yeah, but
Okay.
she will be releasing both of these patterns this year sometime. But these, so Holly sent them to me because I forgot mine on the table. But
Oh, that's funny.
she sent me this beautiful card. Thank you, friend. I love it. And then she made you and I both a key fob.
Oh, how fun is that?
So which one do you want?
Oh, that one for sure. I
Okay.
love purple.
There you go. Thank you,
Oh,
Holly.
thanks, Holly. Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank
much.
you so much, sweet friend. We love you. Appreciate you so much. And then we both individually received
Oh, yes. Hold on.
a package. As many of you have seen, our precious sweet friend, Annie Turner, the proper stitcher, has now dove in to the adventure in her journey of designing. And so she so graciously sent each of us one of each of her new patterns.
Yep.
This is Clarissa's Garden Sampler. This is When Flowers Bloom. This is Zara Andrus, 1789. How is it? Zaresh.
Zaresh.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Zaresh Andrus, 1789. And then the last one is Caroline Carter, 1823. Yep. Annie, I just want to say to you, you have done such a brilliant and beautiful job. I am so cheering for you. Liz is cheering for you.
I am so happy for you, friend. We
so
really are.
Pleased and thrilled. And I would like to say to you, our audience, if you have not gone on Etsy to the Proper Stitcher shop, go to theproperstitcher.etsy.com and check out her shop and her new patterns. We want to encourage Annie in her endeavor, and we want to build her up. And you don't want to not, these are gorgeous patterns. You need to go stitch them. So go check out Annie's Etsy shop and support her in her new part of her journey. Thank you, Annie.
And Annie has, I have seen over the years, Annie has some beautiful samplers in her collection.
Yes.
So I look forward to what's to come, because I know she has some beautiful ones that I am sure she will reproduce at some point.
So that was just so thrilled for you, Annie. So let's do our whips.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
Oh gosh. Oh, you know what? I know I forgot a chart, because I told myself I was gonna put that in there this morning, and guess what? I didn't. I sure didn't. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. I
good
did.
for you, friend.
Except that's not a whip. Okay, hold on. Let me find it real quick so I can pull it out. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. So, whips. Oh, hold on. I have not stitched a ton because I've been a little preoccupied with other things, but
Such as knitting.
knitting and life. Lots of life.
Prepping for a freshman in high school.
Yes, a few things. So, I did start this last night. Why? Because I just felt like it, because I just wanted a new start, and it was sitting right there, and so I decided, oh, why not? So I did, of course, change some of the colors on this, like I said I would.
That's the Vintage Charm Pin Keep from the Scattered Seed Samplers Pin Keep Club.
Yeah, so this is on, this is Color and Cotton, aged paper. Color and Cotton, aged paper. 46 count. So I got the little bird done on the one side. I just wanted to stitch something up last night, and so I decided to do that. I did change some of the colors.
So So pretty.
Yeah.
I think that's a beautiful linen for that.
I think it's going to look good.
I do. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I did, because
Did you use Manna Red?
I did use Manna Red.
That's one of my favorites.
Use Manna Red, and I changed up a few. I know this is Oscar. The green is Oscar. The brown stick is Hickory Sticks, or the branch it's on. The red is Manna Red, and then the breast of the bird is Stepping Stones by Classic Colorworks. So I started that last night and got the little bird done. It's probably going to stitch up pretty quick. So
very pretty.
anyway, so that was my first one. Second one, I worked a little bit on Blessed Bee by Brenda Gervais. Not a ton, but I got in some of the vines and got started on the house. And so I got a few more stitches in there on that one.
And what are you stitching
This is on 46 Affogato by Fiber on a Whim, and my own thread conversion. So, yeah.
You know, Affogato doesn't show as green on 46. I mean,
It doesn't.
It's still got green in it, but
It is lighter.
I think that it's got more green in the other counts. The 46 is not as greeny.
That's why I like it. Look, I'm just going to whip right through these real quick for you guys. Next one. So I actually started this chart, French Woolens by Plum Street, Paulette, 2 years ago at Stitch Away. So it would have been Stitch Away 2021. And got some stuff in. It was one of the, I just switched over to 46 count, and, no, actually I'd been on it a little bit, but it was when I was newer at 46 count. Started it, it got put away into a bag, completely forgot about it. When I was reorganizing, I found it again. But then realized that not only could I not find the chart, I had completely forgotten what threads I had used. Because this is the problem. I was like, they're not in here. I am sure whatever ring I had them on has been disassembled and used for other things at this point, because this was 2 years ago. And I looked everywhere for this chart and could not find it. I should ask Jan, because Jan's like, Liz, you know I had that, but I didn't know she had it. I didn't even ask. So I ended up reordering it again. So because I wanted to finish this, and I sat there for a little while and had to go through all of my threads to try and figure out what in the world I had used. The brown I used was not that hard. I figured that one out fairly quickly, but the white, the cream, that was a different story.
What was it?
Parchment.
Yeah.
By Weeks.
Yeah.
So I had this little butt and French Woolens and like the roof done, and then this guy. So I added in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheep, and finished the house and finished the outline border. It's actually going to be, oh, my little pig's making a noise over here. My little piggy fan. But it's smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Precious.
It's not very big. It's pretty small, actually. So this is on 46 Winter White by Seraphim. And I did my own thread conversion. So yeah, I kind of just have pulled as I've gone. I changed a few things. I've switched some of the red sheep for blue sheep, changed the house. This is a little barn door here to blue instead of red. Kind of outlined my windows a little bit different, but yeah, I love this one.
I love it.
I have just the little lady.
It's got sheep.
Yeah.
You know I love it.
I have just the little lady to do, and 2 sheep, and then the little smokestacks, and I'm done. So this one is a fun one, and I just love those little guys so much.
I'm claiming the chart.
I know, isn't it cute? Oh,
You
it's
can
so much
send
fun to
those sheep
stitch
over
it.
to me.
Oh, I love it. So
You
there's
just remember
one.
that. You
Okay.
send that sheep to Shelley.
I will. And then the only other whip I had, because I did have one finish. Oh, little piggy, you're making noises. Excuse me. Okay. My little pink little fan. I'll turn it back on in a minute. So the only other one that it was a new start as well, but I don't remember why I pulled it out. I had organized my books when I was cleaning stuff up and saw this and remembered how much I love this book, because I had looked for this book for like over a year. And most of them were so outrageously priced I would not buy it. And I happened to find somebody who was selling it on eBay for the price that was originally marked on it. And as soon as I saw it, I snatched it up super quick. Why? Because it's all blue. And Vicky, seriously. So this is a schoolroom alphabet, 12 cross-stitch projects. This is by Vicky Jeanette, Needlework Press. And Vicky, can I just tell you, this is like seriously one of the most beautiful books. It really is. So I want to stitch everything, but this one was an old coverlet that she had stitched into, I can't see. Oh, there we go. A pillow. This pillow here. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. This pillow here. I also want to do the bluebird that's on the back, but I decided I wanted to stitch this schoolhouse first. So
well, since you are sending your kid back to school,
I know, right?
Put you in the mood.
So this is on 46 Seraphim Prairie Grass, which this particular piece that I found is just gorgeous.
And whatever that thread is made to be on that fabric.
So here it is.
Pretty.
So this is a Belle Soie.
It's not conveying on that camera,
it's silk.
that color. That's more what it looks like.
It is Belle Soie.
See, it looks darker the closer you get. It's really,
Mare blue.
Oh.
It's either Mare blue or Chester blue. It's one of the two.
And Chester blue is named after
our friend Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
So I'll look at home and I'll tell you the next video because this will be done by then probably. But yeah, it's really, I love it. It's all monochromatic. It's got some symmetry to it, which I enjoy. Yeah, I love it. So this was my only other whip, and that's it. I know, I was trying to think, didn't I do something else? I didn't. So that's it for me. Those are my whips.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot because I got really working on something and stayed with it. So I have 3 whips. And I did have a finish. So,
I got a whole lot of haul though.
I got a whole lot of haul, but I had 3 whips and 1 finish. I worked a little bit on on my antique rooster sampler by JBW Designs. Liz had bought me this. And I am doing this.
That looks so good on that.
This is 1/2 on 40 count. Picture this plus fawn. So I love, look at Mama Chick with her baby chicks. Look at that. I love it. It's so sweet. But Liz had purchased me this pattern and brought it to me. And I, of course, I have chickens. I love chickens. And so I absolutely love this. I am stitching it with a Vera Soie 103. And I'm stitching it, let's see. Oh, one moment, please. Glasses. Number 523. 523. And I think it looks beautiful on this fawn.
It does look really pretty on that.
Yeah, picture this plus 40 count though is tight.
Yes, it is.
It's tight.
I love it.
But I love it.
Because it does stitch up more like 46 than it does 40.
It really does. It's beautiful though. And I love the way that that's turning out. So I put some time on that. And then, of course, Miss Jane Parsons, which we just discussed in length. Jane Parsons. 1841. You can get this at the Wishing Thorn. I failed to mention that earlier. So, and I did speak to Birgette by message this morning. And when I got mine and I posted it on Instagram, she by the time people were watching it, I guess other people have been waiting for it, and then people started posting, and so she sold out again. But I spoke with her this morning by message, and she said no worries, she will put it up. I think she's already done it. It's on pre-order. So if you would like a kit for Jane Parsons, you can buy the chart or you can buy the kit, but you will have to wait just a hot minute. It won't take very long. And you can get it with all of the beautiful wools. And now is the time to look and try to pronounce this. It's Finet D'Auberson by Vera Soie. But these are just D'Auberson. Something. So these are...
It's just a Vera Soie's wool, you guys.
Yeah. But... it's a beautiful, beautiful palette. And like I said,
If you go to Hobby House's website,
they have it.
Click on the fibers, then click on Auvera Soie, and it's going to pull up they carry the entire Auvera Soie line. And you will see, like a couple down, you'll see Auvera Soie, and it'll say wool on it. So click on those. I actually think they're on sale right now. But, yeah.
I don't know. Well, this is a 28 count so that you can stitch the wool on there, but I did get a start on it, and that wool is so dreamy. It's puffy and pretty, and like I said, you have to stitch it on 28 count because you can't get that thick, the thicker thread of the wool through.
No.
I love this beautiful card that she sent with my order, and beep, I'm going to do that really quick because it's got a pattern on the back. Beautiful. I'm going to do this with my wool, whatever's left over there. But if I did not hold that long enough, let me go back. But that, and then let me tell you what the fabric. It is 28 count cashel. It's clay cashel. I don't know who it's from, but the color is clay, but it came in my kit, and it's beautiful. It's a nice linen, and you can just hold it in your hand and stitch in hand, and that wool, that I'm in love with it. So I worked on that, but where I gave a predominance of my time, I was milling in the boxes again because I have really got to do a purge. I really want to reorganize my whip boxes because I have things that I'm never going to stitch, and I need to get them out of there. So I want to get, like, I'd love to find an old shift row and put it in the extra bedroom where the exercise equipment is, and like have shelves inside of it and line them up in shelves. Wouldn't that be nice? Because they're in these ornament boxes in the closet, and like, my husband laughs. Last night I'm like, please don't make fun of me, but I'm going to get in the closet. And he's like, okay, you're getting in the closet. And I'm like, no, I'm ripping the boxes out. And so you have to disassemble and pull everything out. And he's like, I can't believe you have that many projects. I'm like, it's okay, just ignore me. So,
Yes.
But anyway, I was working on looking at my projects. I made this project bag. But inside of it is a very, very, very old whip. And it is Stitcher's Resolution by Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist. I love Beth's patterns. Look at this. She tells little stories and stuff in her patterns and puts the neatest old pictures. But I started this pattern where I think was 2014. So, I mean, I've had this in the whips for a long, long time. I'm using all the called for threads. I have to say, I thought that this fabric was Picture This plus sand, but I digress. I think it's Picture This plus doubloon, and it's on 28 count. And I'll show you, I had it done to this sentence right here. I had from the corners down to here. I did all of that in the last 2 weeks. So from here down and then around, I got that all done. And so I love it. I love what it says. When in doubt, always buy more linen and thread. Yes, Beth, that's correct. Stitch all day and absolutely no homework or housework.
Amen
no housework.
to that, Beth. Amen to that.
And then
Housework.
And what's that say?
Look on the chart.
Okay.
Oh,
no housework allowed. No housework allowed. The word is split. And then always start a new project before the last one is finished, requiring you to return to number one, which is the truth.
Yes.
And I want this to hang where my husband can see it, because I'm just going to say, well, listen, Beth made the rules, not me. Of course I need to buy another thing. So, but anyway, this was 28 count. And if you can see, I think the coverage is beautiful, and I'm going to make somebody laugh. I did it 1/2 so that it would look old on 28 count.
Yeah, see, you totally can do that.
Yep, you can do whatever you want. It's your stitching. But look at that. That's one thread over two
This is
linen
Picture
thread.
This Plus, right?
Yeah, Pictureless Plus, and it's 28 count. But I think that it looks nice and old-fashioned. I will say this. Let's take a look at this border. Do you see the pattern here? I could not get a cadence on that border. I'm going to tell you something. You just can't get a rhythm in it. And so that's why I went and worked so hard to get the border done in this section right here. Because as Sylvia would say, I wanted to get to this, the good. But anyway, I couldn't get a rhythm on it. I just couldn't. But I enjoyed every stitch, and I really love the piece. So I worked a whole lot on this. And then I did have a finish on something else. So anyway, but I hope to finally get this out of my whip basket, because, I mean, if it was printed in 2014, that was almost 10 years ago. So kind of be nice to get that out and put it on the wall. So I worked on that. So that's my last whip there. So you want to show your finish?
Yep, I had one finish, and it was an old whip that I found when I was cleaning. Again, amazing things happen when you organize and clean. It was another one where, of course, I was not sure what threads I had used, so we just had some fun with it to figure it out. But it was one of Tanya's, the Penny Pumpkin, because even though we're still in summer, I'm like, I told Shelly, I am going to will fall into existence because I am ready for fall. And so I started stitching some fall stuff, and I bought like fall color yarn. I'm like, I want it to be fall. And so I had started this and forgotten some of the colors that I had used. I figured it out mainly because I did not use called for, but I did use brighter colors on this, and that is not in my normal palette whatsoever. So it was not that hard to find the threads, because I probably only bought it for this and have never used it for anything else. I can assure you of that. So this is on 46 brown sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And I was stitching along, and then of course realized, Liz, this happened to me. And it actually happened to me with one of Tanya's other charts that I was stitching, which was a Christmas one. That all these little stars here are over 1, and this is 46. So I had to do this one and this one, like all these little star quilt motifs are all 46 over 1. And I changed up the border a little bit on my colors on how I did my pennies, but I absolutely love this. So when we were here for Stitch Day, I asked Susan. Now, I did get some Swasser Fiends and Tudor Silks when I was at Hobby House, but I didn't really buy. I was buying more basic colors, and Susan has a more variety of kind of brighter colors. So she brought me in her Tudors, and we were able to find like a red and a brown and a green to your over one. Yes, to make my like over one stars. I love this one. Yeah. So the little baby stars I did in Tudor Silks to make the over one for them. But I love this piece. I absolutely love it. It was a lot of fun. And I love stitching things like this. I love these penny borders. That was actually a lot of fun. So I don't know. I'll probably make it into a pillow.
I love it.
Not me, but I will have it made into a pillow.
She can sew now, people. Now hold her accountable.
I can. I actually probably just need a lesson in my corners so that they are correct. And I could sew it up. So anyways, that was my one finish. I did I finished up Plum Street's Penny Pumpkin, which was an old whip that I had.
That's Scarlet House.
Scarlet House. Thank you so much. Tanya, I'm sorry. I did say it right the first time.
You did.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, there's not much Tanya does that I don't love.
Oh, I love it.
She is
Tanya Brockman.
She's amazing.
Do no wrong.
She is amazing.
I love her. Love her.
Anyways, all right. That was my one finish.
Okay, and then I had a finish. I had showed this before. I worked on...
Oh, yes. Look at that.
the Prairie Schooler. This is the 2019 Santa. Of course I did the sheep, but I had showed it because I had showed that I was doing it on Clostern. And I had seen when I went to Utah and I
was
went
going to say, this is how
Bush.
Shepherd Bush has theirs in that front area finished.
Yep, that's where I actually bought everything. I bought everything at Shepherd's Bush. And let me see, get it a little closer for you. Uh-oh, I just noticed something. Oh, maybe it's just a tail. Oh, a tail came through. Oh, that scared me. A tail came through. I've got to pull that back through. Okay, so now that it's back through, I finished this.
Look at that.
Now, I had stated that I was going to do this as a pillow, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do.
This is some big old fabric.
Oh, let me tell you, you use a size 20 needle.
Jeez,
it's ginormous.
oh my gosh.
This was so fun. I just
But if you want to make a pillow, you would have to do it this big.
But I'm not going to do a pillow.
Oh, you're not?
Nope. I was going to do a pillow, but at Christmas time, you will see this. But down in the entry, when you come in through the door by the garage of the mill, I decorate the entry in there. And my mother had a friend of hers. They took a cast iron whitewashed bed headboard and they built a shelf and legs on it. And then they put these little round shelves down the side and they ruched it with a pine garland that had pine cones and then these big snowflake Christmas lights and then put a winter bird on it. And I have an antique collection of porcelain Santas from the 50s. And I put them and decorate this thing when you walk in the door. As well, they did a antique window. It's a full window. And then they put all of the same garland and lighting on it, but then hung an antique big basket off of it. And I actually fill it with greenery. And then I took an antique cutter quilt and I made a set of little mittens out of an antique cutter quilt. So I said all that to say this. I'm going to take this and I have this charm pack. And let me see if I can't show you some of the fabrics that I think. Just Christmas fabrics. But I'm going to cut this up and I'm going to do a patchwork border like they do on the pillows. But I'm actually going to make this into a banner. And put a rod pocket on the back of it and put a wooden dowel rod through it with ends. And I'm going to hang it off of that cast iron bed thing my mom had made for me.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
And then it will, it'll hang there like a little banner, and then I'll have all the antique porcelain Santas on there. So I thought that would be really neat. And
That's
I always
good. That'll match that really good.
Yeah, and then for the backing fabric, I actually because I'm going to quilt it, but I'm going to bring the backing around to the front to do the binding. But I have it looks like pillow ticking, and I think I may use that for the backing and the binding. So anyway, that's what I plan to do with this, and it was a whole lot of fun. I have actually got my big bag I have a huge bag with all of my stuff for Prairie Schoolers. And Christy from Finally a Farm Girl gave me the Patriotic Santa. She was stitching it. She just actually showed, she did 3 of them in a row and framed it. They were amazing. I love them, Christy. And she gave me, I said, oh, I love that Santa and I don't have that one. So she goes, now you do. And she threw it to me and gave it to me at StitchCon. So I think that'll be my next one. But I bought the 18 count Davos because I wanted to try something I'd never tried before. And so I got the Davos. I tested whether I would do it over 1 or over 2. Can't decide. Can't decide. But I think that I would like to do, whether it's on Davos or on linen of a smaller count, I'd like to do prairie schoolers of different sizes. Like the Davos would make it a little bigger, but then if I did one on 46 count, it would make him really small and zhuzh them all around that. Wouldn't that look neat?
Yeah, that would look
around all the porcelain Santas hanging off of that. I just thought that would be neat. So yeah, that was my finish.
Beautiful.
So, and then a lot of you knew I was entering into the fair, and I did. I entered 2 pieces. I entered this piece, Mender and Maker by Brenda Gervais. This piece did not ribbon, but it was no less fun. And then this piece was Summer, Autumn, Winter by Blackbird Designs. I did place second place. And the woman who I talked about, who walked in, she did take first place. I was so happy for her. And she did Beth Twist's
His Eye is on the Sparrow.
Nope, not His Eye is on the Sparrow. Yes, it is His
Eye
Eye is on the Sparrow.
That's
yes,
the one that has the big tree down there.
Yes. No, there's another one like it.
There it is. Consider the Lilies.
Consider the Lilies, and it's His Eye
is on the Sparrow.
She did a beautiful job, and I was so proud of her. I don't even know her, but I mean, I was just thrilled to death. So yes, I took a second
Look at
in
that.
the fair.
Beautiful.
So, yay, I love that. So, and but then we've got haul.
We do.
We've got some haul, but we have some other projects that we worked on. Do you want to show other projects, or do you want to show haul?
What other projects?
I was going to say, you kind of showed some of your other projects. You showed your knitting.
I showed some of it. I actually have a couple dishcloths going at the moment.
Why don't you pop them up and show them?
No, they're just plain old dishcloths. It's not anything.
Plain old dishcloths.
They're just plain old dishcloths.
Do you know what they're going to say, Liz? They're going to say what they did last time. Yes, Liz, we want to see it.
I don't know that they really do.
No, but there's been more comments on that.
So I'm starting, this is another one of the grandma's ones. So you can see where you start down here and then you work your way up till you get to the width that you want.
About 48 stitches.
Yep. And then once you do that, that's when you start your decrease down, and that's what makes the square when it's done. So
you do it corner to corner.
Yep. That's some of my navy. I love this. I love this cotton. I love this cotton.
Yes, we do. That is such a
from Hobby Lobby.
That is such a good cotton.
It's a great cotton, and this was one that I picked up at the yarn shop over by my house. This Pima cotton. It's a thinner.
It's Barocco.
Yes, it's thinner, so you need a smaller needle for it. So I'm just doing the garter stitch on this, and because I'm doing a washcloth for my girls, or like a face cloth for my girls, not a dishcloth.
It's a spa rag.
Spa rag, whatever. So this is so soft though, so soft. So there's that, and then I guess since I'm talking about this, I'll show you some of my wool haul.
Yeah, go
Not
right
my
ahead.
wool, my yarn haul,
Yeah,
I should say. So Shelly and I were talking when we got here. She was very sweet. She gifted me some more. These are all cottons, right?
They're all cottons.
These are all cottons. So, lots of washcloths and dishcloths are in my future here. So I'm excited about those. And these needle things, which I have not tried, they're
circular needle set.
Circular
It's
needles.
a set of Addies. I gave her that.
Circular needle things. I've only done because I'm just doing
straight needles.
Yeah, I'm just doing
But
dishcloths.
she wants to do a hat. She has to have a circular set,
I
so
do.
she has one now.
I do wanted to do a hat because
In
I
your
saw
little
a pattern.
box.
Oh, where did it
It's
go?
under your rag.
Oh yeah. So she made me a little accoutrement little box thing with
that
buttons on
cute?
it that has notions for knitting in it. Knitting notions.
Her row counter.
Which I just realized, I was just explained what that even was today. I didn't even know what you would use that for.
Scissors and plugs and
these little stitch, what are they called?
Markers.
Little stitch markers. I saw those when I was in all the shops. I had no idea what people used them for.
Yes, you need stitch markers.
So she explained to me what you use a stitch marker for, and in one of the cloths she was showing me, it made sense. I'm like, oh, okay, now I know why you use those.
Because I assigned her next lesson in her knitting
Yes.
to expand her curriculum.
So I have all the little essentials that I need for that. I saw a hat and scarf design that I loved, and they used this yarn for it.
It's a Barocco yarn.
It's a Barocco. Yeah. It is a...
That's a fingering weight, I believe.
Oh, is it?
I think. Let me see.
I have no idea. It's 100% wool, but it's a superwash merino wool. Superwash means I can wash it, right?
Yes.
Yes, there you go. That's what I wanted. Something I could wash. So they had this beautiful hat, knitted like cap and scarf.
This is a
DK
DK weight. Yeah, it's a
DK.
number 3.
I was learning. The ladies at the shop were explaining to me the difference with all that stuff. I don't even know what oh, there it is. I'm like, I know there's a rubber band on there. So anyway, so I bought this because this will be, I may try a scarf before I try a hat because circular knitting seems slightly confusing.
Oh, you never have to flip it. You just keep going in around.
But the scarf is just straight line. I may start with that. I may start with that. And then at the other shop I was at, I picked up some wool. This is what I bought to make a scarf. And I bought 2 because...
That's a Malabrigo.
You never know. I don't know. Yes, it does say it on there.
And it's the Aurora. So I think it's a number 3.
I know it's a DK.
That's it. Yeah,
Yep.
the Aurora is
So I bought those, and that'll be a scarf, and that's supposed to be for my hat. We'll see. So yeah, and I picked up another one.
Who's going to be so excited that you're knitting?
No.
Carrie.
Carrie's going to be excited that I'm
Carrie's
knitting?
a knitter.
Well, I know she was knitting those socks.
Yeah, well, she picked up knitting like a year ago, year and a half ago.
Did you? Well, I knew
did.
she was knitting those socks, but I didn't know how long she had been knitting.
Our friend is sitting in Virginia, jumping up and down, going, "Yay, Liz!"
Well, I have not making. I know the lady at the shop down in Kentucky and I were talking, and she was like, "Oh, well, you could do these socks." I said, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, she can.
No, I don't really want to touch socks right now.
I'll get her knitting socks.
That seems super confusing, and I am good just making straight lines.
Well, I gave her an assignment today. I knit up the beginnings of her assignment for her next learning and expanding her technique.
This thing.
So
I don't know. It's white, so it may be difficult to see, but oh, there you go. Now you can see it. How you knit up 10, and then you start. This was like a knit 5, purl 20, knit 5, right?
that's on the back side. But
yes.
On the front side, it's just knit all of them. But I'm teaching her the purl stitch in this.
So this is it's a stockinette.
Stockinette.
Stockinette. There you go.
This is garter stitch. This is stockinette.
So does stockinette mean that you just are knitting and purling to make a different stitch? Like one side's knit, the other side's purl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so then the next one, I knit up another one, which is her next lesson, and it is a basket weave. And so she's really
cool.
going to be practicing her knitting and her purling. And trust me, Carrie, send the girl a text and tell her she's doing great.
Yes. So they also had this little kit. Now, they had this. You see this? It makes this little banner. How adorable is that? It has all the stuff you need to make the banner. Well, this is a crochet kit. It has the yarn in it, and it has everything that you need in it.
I'm going to teach her. She's going to crochet
cotton.
too, I promise you.
This is cotton, like mercerized cotton, they said, which is a really strong cotton. Yeah. She was explaining it to me. The lady was very thorough in explaining, which I appreciate because I like all the facts. But I said to her when I was looking at this, I said, now, you do know I don't crochet. And I said, she goes, and then she looks at me, she goes, well, that's fine, then just knit it. And I was like, oh. Okay.
But I think you should learn to crochet.
I don't know about that. But I think I could knit those little triangles. That wouldn't be that hard to knit triangles, right?
No, you could start at the bottom and
it's almost kind of like my dishcloth where I'm going wide, except I'm not going to decrease. I'm just going to cut it off.
But I think that you should let me teach you to crochet.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Crocheting is too confusing for me.
Well,
isn't that funny? Because
knitting and quilting were confusing too, Liz.
And most people think that knitting is the hard, but knitting seems to make more sense to me than crochet does.
Well,
I don't know why.
Your brain picked it up.
Anyway, so I got that too. So that's my knitting haul from the stores that I was
And that
at.
was your other crafty endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was my other crafty endeavor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show my other crafty endeavor.
Go for it.
Did you forget something?
Nope, sure didn't.
Okay. I have been working on the Wintersome Cow.
Oh, yes. This is beautiful.
I've been knitting this. And I got this at Main Street Yarns. I got all of the yarn for it. It's designed by Laura Talbot. And I love color work. And I have got it, a large portion of it done.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I love this stitch. This is so fun.
That is pretty.
Yeah, and
It's almost like, because it kind of almost looks seashell-y.
Yeah, it's like a bubble. Like a bubble.
I love it.
So I've been working on that.
So pretty.
Because here's what happens. I get to about July and I'm like, you know what? If I start that, I could wear it this winter. So that's kind of what happens to me with that. Oh, and I love this. I love this piano key. I love that.
That's beautiful.
Just so much texture. It's a beautiful, and the yarn is wool stock. And let's see, it's wool stock. It's by Blue Sky Fibers.
Oh, I like their stuff. When I was
Yeah.
at the store, they have some very beautiful yarn.
They
I
do.
mean, wool.
And this
Beautiful
is
wool.
100% wool, and it's a worsted weight. But but they also have, Blue Sky Fibers has an absolutely wonderful alpaca. Too.
Yes, it was soft.
Yeah,
it was a lot
so
softer.
It's beautiful. So I worked on that some.
You know what else they had that I loved?
What?
I almost bought it, not because I would do anything with it right now, but I just thought it was the most adorable thing and I fell in love with it. The shop down in Covington had it. It was Blue Sky, but it was those little mini things and it was all autumn fall colors.
Oh,
like a
mini
pack.
skeins.
Yeah, but there was like 10 of them in there. And I
have
was
some.
like,
I've got some over there.
Oh, I loved them. I almost bought them, but I'm like, I don't know what I do with these, but I love them.
When I went to McKinney, I picked up their last one, and it's in blues and greens. And so I've got that over there.
Yeah, so this was their brand new fall one they
one.
just came out with. It was so pretty.
Well, I cast on a new project, and it's the Goldfish Memory shawl by Casa Pinka, which is so impressive to me. She is a doctor, and she is creating patterns and knitting and all this stuff. It's just so neat. And I believe she's a emergency room doctor. But this, I had gone into Main Street Yarns, and there was a lady who had cast this on, and I fell in love. These are my colors. I got from my stash 3 that were similar to the ones there, and I got, I'm caught up. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, because I'm stitching with hook to 2. So I got started on the one end. I love the slip one, knit one. It makes these dashes. So I cast that on and got that started. Got it on circulars, so. But anyway, I started that. And of course, I have dishcloths going at all times because I haven't bought a dishcloth in 25 years. And I give them as gifts. And so it keeps my hands busy if I'm not stitching. So that is my other crafty endeavor. But one of the things I wanted to show next is the gifts that the girls brought me. So it was like, why did y'all bring me this stuff? It was so sweet. Our friend Susan Coates, she made me this. I love this. Look, this is how it starts. And then you just pinch it and you've got an Ort thing, which was so funny that my friends brought me these because Jan brought me an Ort container too. I sat next to our friend Jan Calvert at StitchCon, and I was like, hey, quit putting away your Ort jar. I need to put my trash in there. So I guess everybody figured I love this design, these little
Those are cute.
needle book. So this came from Susan Coates. And then Sharon, here's the card. I love the card as much as I love the gift. Would you look at that? I'm actually going to frame that and put that here in the studio.
Beautiful.
But this came from Susan, our friend Susan, Sherry, and Tony Hancock and Sharon Batchert. They got me this antique spice candle. But it smells good, but you want to see something cool? Look, the crow's in there too. Isn't that
is
cool? And this is by, glasses please, Scentable Scents Ltd. Scentable Scents. Can you see that? Yeah. So, oh, here's your fall, honey. Here's your fall.
Love my fall.
And so then, oh, I better get my glasses out there. So they brought me that, and then they brought me this to hold my scissors. Look at the little scissor mouse. Isn't he cute? See the little ears?
It's adorable.
They got me that, and then they got me this bag. And this was done by Tammy Exum, who is Stick Horse Designs. That neat bag.
It is.
Neat bag.
I like that.
Yeah. So that was so sweet. Thanks, friends. Love you so much. Then our friend Jan Greeter brought me to go for my honey's room.
Teacup.
And then she got me some hot cinnamon sunset tea, by which this is one of my, Harney and Sons is one of my favorite teas. And so anyway, that was so sweet. I was like, I had my friends over. Like, you're my friends. Why you gotta bring me, they have to bring me gifts. Then Jane Calvert, she brought me this. And she brought me a little Ort container. Isn't that, it looks like a Michelle Palmer.
It does.
And then she brought me a little waxer. That was so sweet. But I mean, considering, I was like, hey, get that jar back out. I need to throw my trash on it all through StitchCon.
Yes.
So yeah, point taken. I've got my own now. I already had some, but you know, when you can use your friends, why do you need to use your own? So all the girls brought me gifts that day. So thank you, friends. I love you, love you, love you. So then that would bring us to Hall. And before we go to the Hall, really hard, I bought us a new Bible study.
Oh, okay.
I bought one for Liz.
Oh, thank you.
It's a 52-week study. It's called Praying the Names of God. Names in the ancient world did more than simply distinguish one person from another. They also conveyed an essential nature and character of a person. This is especially true when it comes to the names and the titles of God. So I thought,
cool.
Liz and I thought this would be neat for you and I to do this.
Yeah, I love this.
It's a year-long Bible study, and it's pretty simple. And so, there, friend.
I got it. Thank you.
We're going to do a new Bible study.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. This is a beautiful book. I'll show real quick a couple birthday things.
Yes, do that.
And you know what? I know I left two at home because I had the bag and I forgot to put it, but I'll show it next time. I'm going to make a note to myself.
My goodness.
So, Jan Calvert, who is my finisher and also my very dear, dear friend, got me this.
That is awesome.
This comes off and it's like a little Ort jar. You can keep your little notions in it, and it's a little pin cushion on the top.
That is
it's
awesome.
Natural Life, which I was surprised. I've seen their clothing, but I didn't know about that. And you can put your little scissors in there. But how cute is that? Is that not adorable?
I'm going to have to find out where she got
I know.
that.
I'm in love with this. And then, of course, the most... And she gave me a sweet card. Oh, and there was one other thing in the bag.
I'm
but
going to hold this so you don't knock it off.
She stitched me.
Oh, I love it. Is that from Henstack?
It's from Plum Street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
she
so.
stitched me the little patriotic hem and finished the little pillow and
she's adorable.
the baby rickrack, because she knows I like tiny little finishing things on
love
all
it.
my pillows and stuff. So she stitched me this little pillow. I love it so much.
Oh,
love
I
it.
love that
love
too.
it.
And that fabric on the back is
Perfect. She does such a great job with getting the most perfect fabrics for stuff. So that was from Jan. Oops, sorry. And then my friend Susan had to take it up a notch. And then for my birthday, since I don't have any, and you can't buy them anymore, but when she was in Silver Needle, she got me my first pair of Dovos. So these were an anniversary.
Yes, they were. It was a 3 set. I've got all 3 of them, but that's the Marguerite.
Yep. So she got me my first set of Dovos when she was in at the Silver Needle at a retreat this summer. So that was my birthday gift from Susan. Was my Dovo scissors, and then our friend Carrie. I was not expecting this. I did not know this was coming. And so when I got it, I was ecstatic. I did not even recognize that the the stitch on the front was actually something I had given her when she was here. I didn't even remember that. It has the little tatting down at the bottom there, but she made me a mini keeper for my birthday.
I love it.
Of course, in my Jane Austen fabric that I love, love, love. And had thrown in a couple little goodies, a very sweet card, and quilty card, of course. And I think she had said in here, I couldn't resist making you a little something plus adding to your new hobby, which I knew she was happy about. So she sent me some of my, these are square and square, but my, you know, paper piecing block things, and this adorable little cutting mat for like my little baby things. So that was, thank you.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, friend, so much. I messaged her after I got it. I was blown away. I was so excited. I was a little jealous because I really wanted a mini keeper and I wasn't gonna make one, but so it worked out perfect. So thank you, dear friend, for that. I really appreciate that. So,
love that.
All right, that was, and I had 2 more, but I'll bring them next time. I need to actually remind myself too, because they were in a different bag. But that was just a few of my birthday gifts I got.
Okay.
Oh, and Shelly had gotten me my stand, but I think I didn't bring that, but I had posted about it. So my birthday gift from Shelly. So she did get me a birthday gift, but she gave it to me early before I left on my trip and before she left on her trip. But I got my Patoki, my beautiful cream Patoki stand that I had posted about. So, which actually I do love, because I feel like, and maybe because I'm just stitching more, I'm doing more, but I get like,
you cramp it up
in that joint. You do after a while. So it is so nice to have that, to put that in and give my hand a rest. And so, yes, I got the beautiful cream Patoki from Shelly for my birthday that I very much love. So,
all right.
Okay.
We'll show the rest of your haul.
Oh, okay.
You can show your haul.
So, first I will say, thank you.
Fabric.
I know.
Oh.
I was so excited when I saw her post this online. I hopped on like immediately because she really does have the most gorgeous color. She picks just the most beautiful fabric. So this is from Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and she is a very experienced, Olivia. Prolific quilter. And so she does project bags every once in a while. And so she had this one on her site.
Gorgeous,
with that blue
Olivia.
ticking and that old lace. And the almost, it looks like Queen Anne's lace on that fabric. It's gorgeous. I haven't ever seen this fabric before, but
that is beautiful. We're gonna have to check out and see where she got
So,
it.
and she just has the little polka dots on the inside. But I am in love with this. This is my favorite kind of bag, as Shelly knows. I like
I prefer material.
Yes, the material bags. But so I got this from her, and she sent a really nice message, and we talked a little bit on Instagram. But
she did
with her just encouraging me with my quilting, and really sweet. I love it, Olivia. Like I love. This is this is a Liz bag for sure.
Olivia, message us and tell us where that pretty fabric.
I know. Isn't it beautiful?
This is.
Yes.
Now, I know where to get this. I don't know where to get that.
I've never seen that before.
Beautiful.
Never seen that before. So Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, that's her Instagram name and her Flosstube as well.
Yes.
So, and then our friend Jennifer, Calculated Stitcher, had posted some bags on her website as well. And I had gotten one of the, the Maureen McCormick one. But Marsha. So I had picked up another one, and when she was doing her de-stash, I feel like my hair is like growing. The humidity is really strong here today. But when she did her de-stash, there was a couple things that I had wanted, and I asked her to add in as well. So she just sent everything to me all at once. So this is her this is her project bag that she made. I love the little quilting oceans, and I actually love the bright orange zipper. I think it's fun. And then
like the old singer.
Yeah, and then I love the inside fabric, that blue dots. Oh, it's so much fun. So I got from her, I've been wanting this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so this is One Nation by Samplers Not Forgotten. So it has the scissor fob, it has this Biscornu, and then it has this needle book. But the needle book, I was trying to see if there was another picture in here to show you guys. This needle book is, it's right here. Perfect. I have to show you because I didn't realize that there was like this whole inside to this that I didn't even know. I just thought that was the outside. Look at that.
Oh.
That's the backside of that needle book.
Oh, cool. That's beautiful.
So here's the front of it. Oh no, it's a trifold. It's a trifold. Excuse me. That's the front. That's the inside pocket or the inside fold, and that's the back right there. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. So it folds in on each other. It's a trifold there, but I didn't even realize it had all of that. I thought I was just getting the front of it. I was like, oh my gosh, this pattern is amazing.
That's so nice. I love it. I love the flag. And I
Love
love the flowers
flag.
and the pot.
This is a really good one.
The border's cute too.
I'm definitely going to be making this scissor fob. So I got that from her, and then I got 2 pieces of linen from her, 46 straw, because you can never have enough of that, and then 46 raw. Yeah, Swigart, just raw. I've never stitched on this before, but I thought I would try it. I know you've stitched on it.
I've got it.
This isn't the one you hate, though, right?
Mallow.
Mallow. Okay.
I don't hate Mallow anymore. We're acquaintances.
So I just got raw. Now, this was a gift that I did not buy, and she threw in there because she is
That kind of friend.
She is that kind of friend.
She
After
is.
I saw yours and I went on about it and how much I loved it, she included this because she said, I have so many and I'm not going to use this or stitch this. Or, I mean, stitch this anytime soon. So she sent me the
she sent you the
exclusive. Yeah, she sent me the exclusive out of
The big red box.
the big red box, Nicola's like birthday big red box, when I had said how much I loved it. And you know what I really love? I really just love the navy blue in this. I love that blue.
Yeah. I used wavy navy.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So thank you so
was
much.
so
I said, if
sweet.
you ever decide you do want to stitch it, you know where to find it. I'll send the truck back to you. So she sent that for me and I was super, super excited about that. Okay.
I love that.
So that was from Jennifer. And then
You've got to stitch that on Rachel's linen.
oh, I probably will, and I'll probably use silks.
I was going to say.
At our stitch day,
Uh-huh.
because I went to both stitch days, because some of our friends like Susan and Jan Reeder and Candy were not at the first one, and so I was in town, and so I went to the second one with them. And Barbara, I told you, we had said she sells the models there that are discontinued things, and so I was able to pick up another one of her models, and I absolutely fell in love with this. So this is by Elizabeth's Design. That's the designer. And look at
love
that. Look at that. I thought it was a drawn thread at first because it looks very much like a drawn thread.
I love it.
With all the specialty stitches, but isn't that gorgeous?
It is stunning. I love it.
I know. Oh, I fell in love with it so much.
Look up that chart.
I don't think you can get it anymore. Maybe you can, because usually when she sells the models, it's because you can't get the charts. But I bet you could get it on the secondary market.
That's what I meant, the secondary market.
Isn't that gorgeous?
I love it. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
I
Look
love
at that
it so much.
bee-scuff and satin stitch.
I know, it's so pretty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. So I was excited I scored that one. So I got 2 different things from Stitch Day. And then 1, 2, 3 stitch. I picked up the new plaid bag from Keepsakes. It's the burlap one. I actually kind of like it. One of the ladies were really sweet and they were like, oh my gosh, are you going to do the
Stitch on it.
shepherd's bush? I said, no, I'm not. I'm like, just buying it for the bag. I'm not doing it. Although that was kind of like your wool where they said, but you really are only using one thread, but I don't know. I just like these bags.
Yeah.
I just like these bags.
See, I got 3 of them sitting right there.
Yeah. So this is the
I
new
love that.
burlap one. It's almost got like a rosy kind of color
And
there.
those are from At-So-Em, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yep, they are.
That's from Fat Quarter Shop.
Yeah, so these are from Frat Quarter Shop. I picked up they had these on sale.
I love that.
This is a nautical line that I had
Oh, I
found.
love it.
I know,
To
isn't
the
it-
sea.
Yes, look at the birds on
Do you know
there.
what I've seen? I've seen this. I love this.
So this is like, it's to the sea, but it has all these nautical prints on there. I was trying to get the bird, if I can get it, because I absolutely love the bird one on there. And there was another line of fabric I saw that had birds kind of like this that I wasn't quilting at the time and I should have bought because I loved it so much. when I went to M&E Quilts up in Sandusky. Yeah, so it's a fun one.
That's beautiful.
It's a fun one. So I bought 2 of them. They were on sale because I was like, I'll do something with those eventually. I bought the bigger size, the 6-inch, square and square. Because these are super easy.
These are super easy.
These are super easy, but I just wanted to have these on hand, so I grabbed them.
Yeah.
And then I got one of Tanya's older charts, but since I'm in the fall mood and I was feeling it that day too.
That willow tree is awesome.
Isn't that gorgeous? So this is her on coverlet cord. She has a whole coverlet series. I actually bought like 2 other ones. Those from Teresa Kitten Stitcher, but they haven't come in yet. So when they should be here by next video. So I love this. I love the Quaker motifs. I love the willow tree. I love the colors. And this border, you can't really see it in here, but it
like
kind of
banners.
It's like a penny
bunting.
border, but it's like triangles instead. So this is a fun one.
Looks
I got
kind of
this.
more like pennants.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because they're triangle things.
Yeah.
I love this one.
Love that.
Tanya. Okay, so when I was at the second stitch day, Susan pulled this out. And I was like, oh, what is that? Because I was watching her do it. And I was like, are you doing French knots? She goes, oh, I sure am. Get over here. So she shows me this. She found this down at Silver Needle. She had never seen this before. And that's saying a lot with Susan, not having ever seen this. She said, I've never seen these before until I went to Silver Needle. I absolutely fell in love with them. She said, this is like the greatest thing. And I looked at it and I was like, you are insane. You have lost your mind if you think I would ever do something like that. She goes, I'm telling you, it's addictive. Get over here. I want you to try it. So she brought me over. I said, I don't even do French knots. She said, Liz, it's literally like a single French knot. That's it. You pull the needle up, wrap it around, poke it back down, but you got to keep it really taut. These are by a lady called Teresa Lyman.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So Teresa Lyman, these little things, you can't see it. Those are a million little French knots. The entire thing is done all in French knots. All of it. So I was trying to remember. Susan was telling me how many French knots are in each.
Those colors are so pretty.
So, and I'm like, the entire thing's in French knots. That's what she was doing. She was making a million little French knots. So the fabric, and they're so tiny, everything. Like the biggest thing she has is like 5 by 5, 5 inches by 5 inches. That's the biggest thing. Because there's probably like 10 million French knots in that to make that happen.
I want to do that. That is so cute.
So I got the B one. They come printed on the like the pattern comes, get the muslin there. They're already pre-printed. So that's the scissor fob, and that's the little needle book. And then this is the scissor case. So it comes
I love that.
already
I want to
printed
do
on
that.
And when she sat me down and had me actually do the French knots. Now, I have one more of this. It's called the Jacobine tree. And I had pulled it out and I was working on it and I left it at the house. So I got 2 from her website. I went to her website and ordered directly from her. She sends the little templates to make the scissor fobs with there. I don't even know what that is. That's for something. But, okay, here it is. Using this stitching technique, there are approximately 1,100 knots when you do a, not a French knot, what's it called?
A colonial knot.
Colonial knot. When you do a colonial knot, there are approximately 1,100 knots per square inch. 1,100. And when you work with a single stranded French knot, there's 2,000 per inch. 2,000 per inch. Now, when she was telling me this, I was like,
and what part of your mind did
out
you
of your
lose?
mind, lady.
But I could see it being addicting.
When I sat down and she actually showed me how to do this, Susan.
Did Susan do a French or a colonial?
French all the way.
Yeah.
This is Susan we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the first stitch I ever learned. That's what ever got me stitching.
And so they are the most beautiful little tiny things. And can I tell you that these knots were so much easier than I thought. It was so mindless.
Again,
It was.
Do you see? Try something
It was
new.
so relaxing. Like, I can't even tell you. I didn't have to look at a pattern, and that's why. Kind of like knitting, sort of. I mean, you do have to follow a pattern. But this, you just are coloring it in. It's like coloring it in by French knots.
So the cream, do you have to color it? You have to French knot. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
I want to get those. Leave that out so I can take a picture.
So I got this one, and I got one called the Jacobine Tree. Susan and I both got that one. We were going to stitch that one together.
I love it. Those colors are so pretty. Are you going to do them in those colors?
No, I'm not. I'm going to do my own
course she's
colors.
not.
And so that's why I didn't get it kitted. She used just DMC, but I'm going to change up the colors. I don't know. I probably may use DMC since I'm doing French knots. It's not even going to really matter. But no, I'm going to prim it up a little. These colors are kind of a little bit bright for me. So I'm going to prim it up a little. But that's why, I mean, DMC is not expensive. But anyways, I cannot, I know this looks intimidating, but it really, when I actually sat down and started doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this actually. It was, I highly encourage you guys, check out her website. It's Teresa.
Something new.
Teresa Lyman, Layman is her, and that's her www.teresalymandesigns.com is her website. Please go check it out. You can either buy them with just the chart, and all the charts always come with the muslin and the needles and everything, because you need a specific needle to do it.
Embroidery needle.
Yeah, it's a type of embroidery needle she uses, and or you can get them kitted. It's very sharp. You can get them kitted with the DMC threads. Susan, of course, is like me, and Susan's like, I'm probably going to throw in some overdyes there too. I'm like, why not? Just do it. But this was a lot of fun, and I promise you guys, it was not anywhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be when I first looked at it. So,
love that. Leave that out so I can.
okay,
look
I
that
will.
up.
Do you want to do a few now? I have some more over here, but you can do a few if you want to. I'll like clean up some of this mess I have over here while you're doing that.
Well, my Keeper Club came for this quarterly installment from Miss Carrie Tiger Lily Designs. And I have to say, this is my favorite. She talks about the women who inspired her. And her grandma Helen is right here. She's whose bowl that she sent me last month. And she tells the story, all of her family. And of course, you know, my honey, my grandmother, that we called her honey, the whole room in the mill is done in roses because of my honey. Well, look. Oh, well, that glare is awful.
It is.
Let me see if I can't stand up. She sent these beautiful note cards inside. Then Forbidden Fiber Co's pink threads. It also came, and I saved this, and Liz and I are going to split this today.
Oh,
she doesn't
yay.
know. Blueberry lemon handcrafted biscotti.
Yum.
Some pretty bling that matches the note cards. There also was some tea. A very Tiger Lily pen.
Very Tiger Lily pen.
I'm going to put that where I'm going to use it all the time so I can think about her. This is not chapstick, even though I think you could use it as chapstick. It's thread conditioner in a chapstick.
How ingenious is that to put it in
I love that, Carrie. This is so cool. And this is by Riley Akers. I need glasses again.
I can read it.
I got it. Riley Akers for all kinds of hand sewing. So you could do your hand quilting frame. Oh, by the way, in my I should have mentioned this also in my whips, the quilt frame that we're sitting at, I have rolled it 3 times. So I got 3 rows of hand quilting on this queen size quilt done since I talked about that last
Smart
time.
idea.
I did do that.
You can
That
even rub it on
smart.
your fingers a little if you needed
Yeah.
to. It's just beeswax,
your
right?
wax.
Yeah, I know. It's just beeswax.
And then, of course, the gorgeous
Beautiful.
Project Keeper, which I've been dying to use, but I waited because I wanted you to see it. Oh, it's upside down. So, but it's got roses on it. So it makes me think of Helen and Honey, mine and Tiger Lily's grandma. So I love it, love it, love it. So once again, Miss Tiger Lily Designs, Carrie Chamberlain, has knocked it out of the park with her Keeper Club. If you're not signed up, I don't know if there's any spots left, but go to tigerlilydesigns.com and at least get on a waiting list, because this quarterly club is great. She sends out such wonderful things. And of course, we all know that I love a keeper. So I love that. And then this actually, y'all, I'm so nice to you. I forgot to show these on the last video, but I have kept them to the side so that I would make sure that I showed them. But our friend Tammy Blaylock from Creative Country Girl, she made a bunch of project bags, and you can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Flosstube, and you can find her on her website as Creative Country Girl. She's creativecountrygirl.com. But on Flosstube, Insta, all the above. But she makes beautiful project bags, and they always come with this, your project bag tag. I love that, so you can check it without having to unzip. But I love strawberries, so of course I had to have a strawberry bag. Then she did this one.
Who doesn't love a good blackbird bag?
And then she did a couple patriotics. But I have to say, this one's my very favorite. Look at this patriotic.
Oh, look at that one.
Look at that. It's vintage looking, and it's got the stars, the quilt stars. And then the inside is white, but inside I have tucked all of these patriotic things. Patriotic poppies. My Country by Lottie Da. And then Flag Flock. I've got them all shoved in here. I figured what a perfect bag to stuff a whole bunch of patriotic. So I got those
beautiful, Tammy.
From Tammy Blaylock, and I got them before, but they were under the quilt that I showed last time. So I forgot to show those. And then our friend Sherry, hi Sherry Ward, she went up to Country Sampler. She went up for a retreat, and I had ordered from Country Sampler. I wanted their conversion for Be Ye Exceedingly Diligent by Needlework Press. I had ordered it for them to kit it up with their conversion. And so Sherry was going up there, and she said, oh, I'll just pick it up for you. So they got it all ready and sent it down to me. So those are
some beautiful colors.
Yep, that's their conversion. And then this is
36 count
bow truckle.
Bow truckle.
Who does bow truckle? You know? I don't know, but it's pretty.
I want to say it's what's her name?
Listen, I don't know who makes bow truckle, but it's pretty.
The England one.
Northumberland Samplers?
No. Oh my gosh, Liz. What's her name? Oh, the one that Nicola always uses. Maybe not.
Is it North Green?
No, the one that does the creme brulee.
One moment, please. I have no clue. Anyway, I got that. Sherry picked up my kit. Such a good thing to have friends.
Yes, Tabby Cat. I was right. Tabby Cat. I was like, why could I not think of that? I'm like, the creme brulee. Yes, Tabby Cat. That's who. Yes.
Okay.
Tabby Cat does bow truckle.
And then I got my kit in from the Homespun Needlework and Samplers Stitch Along. Our group. Their exclusive came through Hobby House. It's Hannah Wilson. It is an Ackworth Quaker sampler.
Beautiful, Vicky.
It's beautiful, and it's stitched all with I got it done with Avera Swath Silks, and then I got 46 count.
Eureka by Fox and Rabbit.
Yep, it's Eureka. So I think it's going to be beautiful. And so that came in. I didn't, and then we did get. we did get goodies with it.
It's very like, it's like a brownish color. It looks
yes.
black in that.
Yeah. But I didn't hold it very long. I apologize. Hannah Wilson. Now, if you would like to have this, you have to go through the Homespun Needlework and Samplers Facebook group. Find them on Facebook. I don't know if they're still available, but I'm kind of thinking that
no,
it's
they're not.
It's not. But this will be released. Vicki will have this out in a year, I'm sure.
It's like an olivey brown.
Yeah,
it's really pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. So that came in. I have been waiting on that. And then, as I mentioned, I was sick. And I was feeling pretty punk, and I went on a tangent. I started ordering fabric one day, and I just kept on ordering. And I am telling you, I ordered more linen than I know what to do with.
Oh my God.
I really did. I was sick. I was sick. I had a temperature. I was down in the tooth, as they say, up in Maine.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And I just started ordering fabric. I was miserable.
I mean, I love a good fabric haul. Don't get me wrong, because we know I love linen.
So from the Cross Stitch Nook, I got the Mad Hatter's Tea Towel in 36 count from Dames of the Needle. And I got, as I said, the Cross Stitch Nook, that it's on Etsy. And then I got on 123 Stitch, and I got 46 count Caramel Macchiato from Fiber on a Whim.
Isn't the 46
count Affogato.
Isn't it beautiful in 46?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's not as green. 46 count Affogato from Fiber on a Whim. I got Parchment 46 count from Fiber on a Whim. I got Latte 46 count from Fiber on a Whim. And then I got Milk and Honey 46 count from Fiber on a Whim. And Cream and Sugar 46 count from Fiber on a Whim, because I was sick and I was shopping. And then I had to head over to my friend Christine Hollis. Hello from Bavaria, my friend.
Hello, my
she
sweet
knows.
Christine.
If you know, you know.
My sweet Christine.
I got on Christine's because I love to support my sweet Christine. And I got some 46 count creams, Weigart. Because you just got to have stuff. I guess I was dreaming of projects, and I was sick. I got 46 count Confederate Gray. And then I got some 46 count Mocha from Weeks. And then I got some 40 count Needle Bling Heirloom, because I'm in love with that color. And then I'm still shopping because I'm sick. Then I got, and I have some more of this coming, and I'm so excited because I love this new dyer. Those Missing Stitches. If you haven't seen her, you got to go check her out. Those Missing Stitches, you can find her on Instagram and her website, and she is coming out with some beautiful fabric.
She has a... Where did you see her?
I saw her on Instagram is where I heard about it. But this is Darling David, and it's in 40 count. And oh my gosh, let me show you the back. You really, listen, Flosstube Vision is not going to ever show it. Beautiful, beautiful linen. That's Darling David, and this is Exceptional Eleanor in 40 count. And it's from Those Missing Stitches. Her fabrics are beautiful. And guess what I've got coming? She has 46 and 56. So I have 46 coming in the same thing. Because
Roseville, California.
So she, did you take it out and feel it?
I did. You know why I know Roseville?
Why?
Because when we lived in Reno, there are no Chick-fil-A's in Reno. There's no Chick-fil-A's in all of the state of Nevada. There is no Chick-fil-A's. At least when I lived there. It may have changed, but when I lived there years ago, there was none. So we would drive over the pass, through Truckee, Pass, like through the Donner Pass. You go through the Donner Pass to get over to California. You can tell why people got lost and ate each other through that pass. It is it is God's country back in there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But when you drop down into the Sacramento Valley, you hit Roseville. There was a farmer's market there that we loved that we went to, but Roseville was the closest Chick-fil-A. And so I would make a trip over the pass down into California to get my Chick-fil-A when I wanted it.
Now listen, I know you're over there hugging it. Give me my fabric back before you steal it.
I'm not going to steal it, I promise. I wanted to feel her linen just because I got, I'm tactile. I needed to feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Christine's. This is all your 1, 2, 3 stitch.
Yeah, that's all my fiber on a whim. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. I've showed it all.
I know.
So, yeah, look at that. I was sick. Can you tell?
Oh.
That's a pack of lovely. And then Liz, I was talking about Picture This Plus Wren and how much I loved it, and I couldn't. You can't find it. I don't know if they're backlogged or what. So she brought me a piece of 36.
I had it in my stash.
Oh, thank you.
I won't stitch on it,
you.
but
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I saw this stitched, and I have to tell you something. This is another one of those things where don't trust the picture. I saw on Instagram somebody's had posted that their mother stitched this. I want to say her name was Michelle. I don't remember. I apologize. But her mother's Santa Claus was absolutely stunning, and she did it called for, and it did not look like this picture, but it was gorgeous. This is Twin Peak Primitives 2020 Santa, and oh, it was a stunner. So I got on there and got that. And then I was looking at their Christmas stuff, thinking about my little stand down there with the things. And this is the cutest thing. It's called Letters to Santa. Now, I will say, you see this little butt crack right here. I will not be stitching the butt crack. But
that's hilarious.
But
is that really a butt crack?
It's either the slit in her legs or her butt crack. I don't know. But this is letters.
It's winter. I don't know why you'd have your back end hanging out there.
But look.
I mean, I probably would if I was hot. But
yeah, see, look, I'm telling you, that looks like a little hiney. So I think that I'm just going to leave that line off. But I love that. It's so cute. So stinking cute. But I'm thinking, listen, I'm not. No. Because all the kids that'll be like, look, there's Mimi's butt crack thing, so. Then I'm part of Fox and Rabbit's Patreon, and it was time for us to get our linen, and I love this installment. It is so stinking pretty. This is called Ocean Air, and listen, this is not what it looks like. No, there, that's what it looks like. This is gorgeous in person. 40 count Ocean Air. And then this is oyster mushroom 40 count. And holding it back here, I have to, because that's what it really looks like. And so quarterly, you get 2 cuts of linen for being in their Patreon. And so, Bren, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love this Ocean Air. Really, really, really love it. It's not like it's showing.
It's a very silvery blue.
It's very whitey silvery blue.
It's like a whitewashed blue is really what it is.
Yeah, it's not conveying at all right, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Then I had been a part of the Fat Quarter Shop sampler box. I've been getting this for about 5 years. About five years.
I signed up for it because I quilt now. I'm excited.
Summer Soiree was what was the theme of the box, and what you get inside of it this month is a Jolly Bar, which is a 5x10 cut. So this is like a half of a layer cake. So you get the fabric. You always get a fabric. This is a magnetic pickup tool. This is cool. You always get a neat notion. So if you drop your needles, just kind of take your wand along and pick up your things. The pattern that goes with the Jolly Bar is called the Fruit Punch Quilt Kit. Love that. Then as well, it came with the Strippy Zippy Pouch Kit. I love these. I love these because the pattern is on the interfacing. It's so cool. They're so neat. And then to do your pattern, it came with this template.
Yeah, that looks like the
Yeah,
half
yep,
of
yep,
that.
yep, but it's showing this on the front. That's why I had to double gas there. Then inside here as well is a pattern to do this Jolly Bar pattern. And then this has been, it's almost like a stitch along, and it comes with until it's finished. But this is a pattern, Lily of the Valley from Sew Sampler, pressed flower quilt along. And so every month another block comes in here. And then this tells you what came in your box. So let me just tell you something. It's $20+. What's it, $25, $28 for the box? Listen, you've got a zipper in here. You've got 3 quilt patterns. You've got a Jolly Bar of this. This is a pattern in the zipper. You can finish this. And a notion, where are you going to get that for $25, $28? I mean, it's something like that. And it comes in the pretty blue boxes, and I have seen people take their Sew Sampler box and like stack them up and make things out of them. But I love when my blue box comes in the mail from Fat Quarter Shop. Kimberly Jolly does such a beautiful job. You are not going, you will never fail. It is worth every penny of it if you are any type of sewist or quilter. So I got that in. And then the last piece of haul that I have was so sweet. Susie's Cross Stitch Shop on Etsy. I had got on because I was looking for the most recent 2 installments of Fragments in Time by Summer House Stitch Works. And every time that I would go to get them, they'd be gone. So I went to Susie's Etsy shop and I ordered those 2. And boy, did I get a whole lot more than my 2 patterns. Got this beautiful card in the mail from Susie. And within it, she sent a Teresa Kogut card, encouraging card. This is her business card. It is beautiful. She sent Liz and I both some of these stickers. And she made these, I'll give you that one. She made a zipper pull for both Liz and I, and they're little angels. A red one and a blue one. And she sent one for both of us. And she sent this beautiful card. The front says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart." That's Proverbs 3:5. And it says, "Hi, Shelley. I recognized your name as soon as I saw it. I really enjoy your Flosstube videos. Included are 2 zipper pulls for you and Liz. I hope you enjoy them. Also, I have sent you a pattern to give away to your viewers. You and Liz keep doing your great Flosstube videos. Thank you, Sue." Sue, thank you.
Thank you so
are
much,
so
Sue.
precious. Thank you so much.
Very, very kind of you.
So sweet. And so here is what she sent. She sent Needle and Flax by
Love
Teresa
this
Kogut.
one.
I love it.
Love it.
So this is for you. And if you would like to win this pattern, don't use the word win or giveaway or anything in it, but in the comments below, if you would put the word Needle and Flax.
Or just needle. Needle.
Needle. Okay, I digress. If you use the word needle in your comment, please, to be entered to win this pattern, you must like and subscribe the channel, and we'll give this away on our next Flosstube video.
Yes.
And we thank you so much, Susie,
Thank
for
you.
providing
Thank
that
you.
for us. And as I said, her shop is on Etsy. It's Susie Q's X Stitch Shop. This is, let me show you exactly how to find it. This is exactly how to find her on Etsy. Susie Q's X Stitch Shop. Go check her out. And thank you so much for providing today's giveaway. Now that is the end of my haul, but
Okay.
I want to talk about a new Flosstuber. We have a new Flosstuber in the gang, and it's Cheryl and Michelle. They're from Canada, and their new Flosstube channel is the 2 Bay Stitchers. They are sweet as peaches. They are just something else. They both stitch a little bit different, but a lot of it alike. One's been stitching longer than the other. They're good, wonderful friends, and they had a lot of beautiful things to show. And one of them is a I don't know if it's a high school, but she's a school principal. I think it was Cheryl that's the principal. And I love hearing your Canadian accent. I love the house. I can't even do it. But I love it, and it's just so subtle, and it's just, I love Dean Fitzpatrick's, and I catch that. So you can tell that they're from up north in Canada. So, but I want you all to go and show some love to the two Bay Stitchers. They are on Instagram as well, and we just enjoy so much watching your first Flosstube. So bravo, keep it up, and welcome to the sisterhood.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
So we welcome you.
All right, I have just a few more things of haul that I will show. And then, something I found too. So I picked up some linen. This is 46 count winter woolens by Seraphim Fabric.
So pretty.
It's a beautiful one.
Gorgeous.
And also 46 chai by Seraphim.
Pretty.
Chai is one of my absolute favorite Seraphim colors. I love it. So I got both of those. And then when Susan was in at Color and Cotton, she had called me, and they didn't have a ton of 46, and some of them I had, but I said, just pick me up something I can't get normally. So this is a limited edition fabric. It does not have a name. It just says limited edition. Yep, just limited edition. It's a 46 count. So Susan had got that for me at the Color and Cotton shop, which we need to go to.
Yes, we do.
We need to go to there. And so when I was at Summer Stitch that second time too, I picked up this chart because Quaker Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. I have seen this and I've liked this, but seeing the model made all the difference in the world on this. I love this. I love all the Quakers. I love the houses. I love the little pillow. I really love the brown pillow, actually.
I was going to say, on the reverse with the blue with the brown is so pretty.
Oh, I mean, I'm in love with that.
Me too.
So I picked that up when I was there. And then lastly, and I do have one other thing I was going to show that I found when I was cleaning out. But I don't remember. Oh. I get this from? I don't even know. It's in here, hold on. But I don't remember where I got it from.
You got it at
Keepsakes. Oh, Keepsakes. Jeez Louise, Liz. So I saw this. That's right. Yes. So I was checking out when I was getting the linen that day, and this was up by the front register, and I had not paid attention to it before. It's on that little table to the right, over there in the corner. And for some reason, I looked at it and I fell in love with it. So it's stitched in. I mean, this one she stitched in black, but Barbara did it in the red, which is what the original sampler was, because Barbara loves red. So she stitched in red. I'm not going to probably stitch it in red. I'm going to stitch on my own, but for some reason, I just love the borders. Yeah. And I love those repetitive stitches. It's nothing special or whatever, but she has it
to you.
It did speak to me because she has all the alphabet and stuff so that you can personalize it. So Barbara personalized it with her name, and she put something else on there. I don't remember. But this section right here, she gives you all of the alphabets and the numbers to personalize it yourself, which is what Barbara did. And so I loved that for some reason.
And that's Cornelia Zwigenenberg from Nikki's Creations.
Nikki's Creations. But like I said, she encourages you to personalize it with your own name on it. So that's what I did. And then lastly, haul-wise, somebody had told me, I don't remember where I saw this, or maybe somebody had told me, somebody actually I think told me, that Brenda Gervais had uploaded some of her older charts to her website. And most of these you cannot find elsewhere, because some of them you can only get from her website, but that she had uploaded some of her older charts. So I went over to her website and I found the one that I was looking for. And then, of course, the shipping was a little higher, and I was like, well, if I'm paying for shipping, I might as well make it worth it. So I ended up buying 4. These are all older patterns, and ones I don't know that I've seen in stores before. But anyways, this was the one I was looking for, which is the,
Oh, that's so
now
pretty.
this one I had seen before. This is the
Pin feathers.
pin feathers, and I fell in love with this. Somebody had it, but I was looking online and none of the stores had it in stock, because it is one of her older ones. Not that old, but a little older. But you could get it on her website. So that's what I originally went to go for, because I absolutely love that
pretty.
bluebird. Then I found this. So this is one of her...
It's adorable.
She has a bunch of designs for these little necklaces. Or this is done in like an old little pocket watch. She had a couple different designs. So this one is called Summer Salt Box. And then I also have, like Jan had given me her old charts for the little coin purses, like that, what I had gotten in Amana. Jan had given me 2 of those charts. She did not have the coin purses on there. I looked, but she did have these little, pocket watch ones. And this one is just stinking adorable. There's one with a bird on it too, but I liked this one better. This one was really good with the little baby sheeps.
It's got baby sheeps.
So, and then this one I had not seen before, Quaker Handwork. So I picked that one up. Man, she does some beautiful Quakers, Brenda does.
Yes, she does.
Of course, I'm going to change the color. I'm not going to probably do it in red. But,
oh, it's beautiful.
isn't that beautiful?
You know, I'm half thinking I have that.
I love this. Love this.
I think I have that.
Now this one is number 3. 3. This is one of the very first things she ever did in cross stitch, because she has them by numbers. So this is number 3. So you know it was one of the very first ones. I have never seen it before, and I fell in love with it. It's an early candle pocket, and it has the 2 little birds on it, and it has the design on the top and bottom. You can't see it, but what I love is what it says. And what it says is, faith is the bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark.
Oh, I love that.
It's just beautiful. So early candle pocket, like I said, it's number 3. So it's one of her very first designs.
I love that.
And I fell in love with it. It's beautiful. I fell in love with this. I love what it says, and I love the little candle pocket. So
I love that.
those are my Brenda Gervais charts. And then real quick, I was going to show when I was cleaning out. So I found...
Richard, look at there.
I found in my grandma's stuff, because I had cleaned out my grandma's house and her sewing shed that she had outside, and I kept some things even though I didn't even really know what all of them was. So this was my grandma's old tatting kit, so it still has some of her tatting lace in there.
Isn't that beautiful?
And the shuttle is in there, and she kept the little thingy for it. But I fell in love with when I was like, oh my, I mean, there is no price that I could put on this because it's hers, and she did this herself. So
I love that, Liz. You need to sew that onto something special.
I know. So I was going to show that. And then I found this bag where she must have just cut up these.
Look at those.
Like, it has a bunch of muslin in it. It's just old quilt pieces that she had.
Maybe she was going to set,
I don't know,
the blocks with the between the muslin, or maybe she was going to sew it together and make something.
So I have a bunch of these squares, and I don't know, she just had them in this bag.
I love it.
Oh, she made
they were old. Oh, she was making coasters. That's why. That's what I was going to say. She was making coasters. This is the back, and here's the front.
Oh my, it smells like her house.
I was going to say.
Oh my gosh, that is. Oh, that's going to probably make me cry.
Does that still smell like it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, sweet grandma.
Yeah, it smells just like her house.
Oh.
Isn't it funny how you can still...
Oh, yes. Oh, I can
her house always had that smell. I didn't even know what it was, but that's what
smells pretty.
That's what it smelled like. That's her house. So anyways.
That's called grandma house.
I didn't smell them. I just grabbed them. bag, but now I did. Now I'm gonna make myself.
Oh,
cry.
it's pretty.
Um,
We need to do something with these.
I know. So I found these, and I thought they were
She was
really
making
cool.
pot holders.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, not pot holders.
And she
was
has
making
this funny
coasters.
like 2-pocket bag there. It cracks me up. But anyway, so that's it for me. That's all my stuff.
That's all my stuff too.
Yeah.
So we did it. We've come to the end of another Flosstube video, friends. Yep. So we have shown all our things and all of our haul and all.
Now we're gonna have to clean up all of this mess.
Shelly should have her phone and iPad taken away from her when she's sick because she shops
You're just
too
laying
much.
in bed and you can't do anything else. Might as
Sitting
well.
on the couch, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I keep saying I've got to quit shopping. I even know I need to quit shopping, but oh, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Retail therapy is good.
It is. So, well, that's the wrap then. We have shown you our stitching, our knitting, all of our stuff. And we should be back in 2 weeks. I don't think anything should hinder that. And
I don't think so.
Nope, not at all. And so,
well,
anything else to add?
1, 2. Oh yeah. No, we should be.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
I don't
So-
think I have anything else to add.
No, but do try something new. Catch it. That may include going and shopping at a new Etsy shop or checking out a new Flosstuber or something like that. Do something new. Try something new that you haven't done before and enjoy it while you're at it, even if you don't like it or if you love it. So, you know, it does nothing but expand your horizons. You know yourself better, and you never know, you might find something else you like.
True.
So,
Very true.
I will put links down in the description box to the places that we've talked about. And I think that will wrap it up. Do like and subscribe, especially if you want to put in for that pattern and use the word needle in your comment. And we hope you've enjoyed what you saw today. But until we see you again, we wish you many happy stitches.
Bye, guys.
Bye now.
See you later.
Bye-bye.